oftentimes someone come in, and let's say the kids keep their stats when they play, and they hit 9 greens. So we'll use him. He shot 77, I think. He hit 9 greens, which means he missed 9 greens, and he got 2 out of 9 up and down. Now, 2 out of 9 for a player at the level that he wants to be shooting like close to par is not good enough. You know, and probably on the course I'm looking for in a 50 or more % range for that level, sometimes more, sometimes 75. One, he wasn't practicing enough or the right way in my world. And two, like, knowing that he had 2 out of 9 up and downs doesn't tell me enough. Your up and down percentage is very relevant to where you're trying to get up and down from. So he had 9, and he's telling me, well, he struggled with these downhill, downslope, quick shots with no green to work with. Well, like, how many times? You shouldn't be there, right? So a lot of times these kids, if you're a good competitive player, don't get the ball up and down as much as they think because they're short-sighting themselves too much. Almost, at least half of the time, the error came with the shot beforehand. So they didn't hit the ball, the pin's on the left and they missed left, or the pin's back and they missed long, like that kind of shit, where a little bit of thinking beforehand and missing the ball in the right place would have given them a much easier chance to get up and down, play the percentages. Trying to get up and down from hard spots, the first thing is don't hit it in hard spots as much as you can. That's the first thing. And then you have to practice at hard spots in phases, and certainly do it where there's some sort of like up and down with the score and like you're actually playing golf then. And then it's like, okay, how do I actually hit the shot? Like, what's the actual general mechanics of it? Right? For him, it was like little mechanical, little lane spot. Yeah, it's time spent, don't hit the freaking ball there, and then here's how you actually practice it. What's going on with our chipping? Just not close enough to the hole. Certain circumstances?
They random spots out in rough, like...
From everywhere, or what?
So mostly like out of the rough, like when it's downhill, like lies.
Downhill lie out of the rough.
Like you would come out, like, shoot, like right out.
Got it, okay. These ones are okay?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you show me what you would do here? What club do you have in your hands?
57.
Okay. Why fly the ball that far and not hit something that... Yeah. Do you not feel comfortable with that shot? Do you not practice it enough?
I feel like comfortable enough with the 9. Like...
Why not? It's a common theme today. Why do you think you don't feel comfortable enough with a 9-iron? There's one answer to this question.
I practice it enough, but it's just...
You practice it as much as that 57?
Yeah.
Well, what? No way you practice as much as that 57. You're telling me you hit a 9-iron chip shots as many as you hit that club? I can't hear what you're saying, but there's no way that that's true. I'm not comfortable doing things that I don't do as much either, but the solution for that, and you and Ray and everyone else, is freaking spend more time. You on?
Yeah.
Spend more time with your 9-iron and don't run it high for it. That's a 9-iron shot. You hit the second one fine, but there's no reason to fly it that far. Too much margin of error. Now, I don't practice chipping anymore, but when I did practice, ask me what I did in practice. Go ahead. Okay, so the first thing I would do when I would get to the practice my chipping is I would do some form of, this is what I did, block practice. I'd chip to no target, working it, no, stay in here, working on any kind of general mechanical stuff. Keep your head, poke your head through that thing, this is serious. Working on any sort of general mechanical stuff. Every single time I practice, you hit your head? Every single time I practice, I do that. Do you do that every single time you practice? No, no. So then the second thing I would do is I'd do low, medium, and high to a short, medium, and long. Every time. Without chipping good, bad, or indifferent. I did that all the time. And then I'd do 3 different clubs. I would do sandwich, 9-iron, 7-iron, short, medium, long. And then I'd do up and downs. Every time. How many days a week are you doing chipping practice?
3 days.
Yeah. So if I did 5, and I did that, and you did a 9-iron, or whatever kind of answer that was, who's going to win that battle with the same talent? Me, I'm going to kick your butt in that. There's no reason that with the talent you have that you can't get up and down 50%. There's no reason. But if you don't do, you got to do those things in practice. You can't skip that, like the multiple clubs, low, medium, high, and stuff like that. And you have to be doing up and down game in practice too. You have to be doing that. with me? Because we're going to go over the mechanical stuff here and fix it. Like, you're not going to hit bad chip shots forever. But then what? You know what I mean? You got to build on that. The most important thing here is your practice routine and your day after day after day after day after day after year after year after 10 years after 10 years of doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, let's use yours. Not the quick fix today thing, because then you know what's going to happen in a couple weeks, months, years? You're going to have a new chipping problem. The practice, Mary. The practice. Okay. Let's take your this and your that. How about this, huh? Weird lie, downhill. Huh? Is this good? Closer? Okay. So you would use what club here normally?
Probably 62.
How many?
What?
62?
Yeah.
Why not the 57?
Do you have to run?
Because how many? What'd you say? What'd you say? Why was your answer?
So do you often a little bit?
Because you're going downhill? I'll buy that answer. It's a good technical.
You're going downhill too.
Yeah. Okay. 62. Let me have your 57. So these greens aren't that fast, right? Relative to the course you play. Where about do you think this ball should land?
I'd say like right. I'd say probably.
Okay. Now, is there any reason it should fly that far other than that's dictated by the club in your hands? If I remove the club and you just had a golf ball here, and I want to get the ball from here to that hole, I want you to, with your right hand, make that ball underhand toss go as close to that hole as possible. However you want to. Yeah, it's got to finish as close to the hole as possible. Do however you, whatever you want to do. Okay. So that rolled 6 feet by? So if you wanted to redo that and have it not go 6 feet by, would you have it roll less or fly less?
Probably roll less.
Okay, so you still fly it that far and just have it roll less. Let's see. Okay. Boom. Okay, that would work. Now I would take this and I'd go like this. That's what I would do. I would never, if I had a thing in my hand, me personally, if I want to get a ball close to that hole, I wouldn't throw it way high in the air like that and try and have it roll less on purpose. I wouldn't do that. I would do this. I would just do this. I'd take a very little small thing and I'd just roll like that. Every single time I'd do that. And I think you would too.
Yeah.
I think you were kind of doing that because you knew the shot you were trying to play.
Yeah.
But I think in real life you would do a little roll like that.
Yeah.
And I would hit the ball the same way. I'd do it with this. Yep. With not a super open club face, I'd get it on there and I'd get it rolling. If you're going to hit a 62, you got to fly it that far. Then you got to take a bigger swing, and there's more variables. This should just be like a little basic chip shot, not doing anything fancy, getting it down there and rolling out. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do anything more than that. You should get that a couple more, but about 2 more feet of juice. So let's say you had to do this one with that same one, right? I'd still be thinking like mid to lower trajectory, couple paces on and rolling out. You don't need to fly it way high and go that far. You know what I mean? A third of the way on. That's exactly what I would do there. Just soft. Dude, your chipping technique looks fantastic. I don't get how you're not chipping it closer when you go play, other than you're giving yourself ridiculous chip shots.
Yeah, it probably is. It's just leaving.
But then
that spot.
Yeah, but then that's not a chipping thing. That's an iron thing.
Yeah.
It's a management thing. You know what I mean? I don't see you having mechanical things here outside of the stuff we talked about the last time we did chipping stuff.
I think it's just like personal.
Yeah, I think you're leaving yourself ridiculous chip shots. If you have a downhill, downslope shot to a tight pin, you hit it in the wrong spot, dude. If a pin's like right, you don't miss right, right? And if a pin's left,
you don't miss left.
and if it's long,
you don't miss long.
Right? So that's pretty straightforward.
Unless
if a pin's short,
unless there's something like short, like fast.
Yeah, depending upon the circumstances, a short pin you can miss short, but those other situations you can't be short-sided yourself. And if you do short-side yourself, we can go over and hit that shot, but you can't have that. If you miss 9 greens, how many times do you short-side yourself and have a short-sided chip shot when you play? How many do you have?
Oh yeah, it's like 5.
Yeah, that's crazy. 5 out of 9 short-side yourself. How many short-sided up and downs are you gonna have? Not a lot. I'm talking 50% up and down from like just a total general thing. This I'd consider short-sided from here to there. Would you? I think this is short-sided relative to normal. So you have a little more rough to carry than green. This got to be like a high softy. Did you have any tendencies with your chip shots? What did you say before when I asked you in terms of short or long? Like when you're short siding yourself, you're trying to hit like a kind of floppish shot?
Shots are like more going like longer out, like you leave them too like long putts. Like,
was the contact okay?
Yeah, contact was okay.
They're just flying too far, you said.
Yeah,
that's right, okay.
It'd be like a 15-footer.
Gotcha.
Try and get inside like 10 feet, but
yeah.
8 feet or something.
Why don't you hit this shot from here to there? Hit it a little higher and softer than normal. Pretend like you don't even have as much green as we do here. And let's see, like you're kind of short side, you know what I'm saying? Like you even have less green than this. Ball went short, flew short of where you wanted. Why?
So a little bit bad.
Okay, yeah. Now on this kind of shot, you're going to get some grasp between the club and the ball.
Yeah.
The contact's not going to be perfect, right? So to make up for that, you either need to add swing length or add speed. Usually if you're going to open the face, right?
Add speed.
Yeah, if you're going to open the face and get some grass in there, you got to add speed to still get it there. Let's do it again. Your technique was fine though. This is not a mechanics thing. Something people don't like to hear sometimes. Not a mechanics thing. Not that one. Good, and then you overdid that. You hit too close to it, right? So now you got to find middle. This is what happens. These kind of things we got to practice are skill-wise, Andrew. Your mechanical stuff looks fine. You got to be able to look at this pin, look at a spot up there, and skill-wise coordinate this. Yeah, this is not like hinge your wrist this way or do this, do that. You look fine here like this. Good. I probably would just shorten that swing length up a little bit. So that flew a little too far. Is that kind of what you were getting before?
Yeah.
If you did the same exact swing and opened up more, what's going to happen? Farther or shorter? Shorter, higher and shorter, right?
Yeah.
Or keep the face where it is, shorten your swing length. Or speed. Which one would you like to do? Open the face more, okay? Okay, so that landed maybe 2 feet short and rolled out maybe 10 feet past. So I wouldn't open the face any more than that. I'd probably shorten up my swing length a little bit. Like that is probably about how you would do it. You're not going to hit a ton of shots. That's probably 6 feet from here to there that are going to be like way closer than that. You know what I mean? This is just a hard shot. Yeah, this is just a hard shot. You can't have 6 of these in a round. Same thing. Face open, speed up, shorten the swing length. And you're going to do that sometimes too. That's golf. It's funny, you watch like guys the highest level, you keep going. You watch guys the highest level practice and they do stuff like that, even at that level. But we out here kind of think like we should be perfect, not do that. That's a perfectly acceptable shot. It's 12 feet past the pin from this kind of spot. It's not a great shot, but it's acceptable. Let's say you had like a shorter, straightforward kind of shot like these. Let me see you do this one here. This kind of shot from here to there, I would expect you to get up and down like 80, 90%. Yeah? What club you have there?
62.
50, which one?
It's 62.
62, yeah. Go get your, keep that, let me have that. And go grab your 57, please. Your chipping technique looks great, dude. It's fantastic. Sometimes you hit bad shots because you don't, not because of technique, not because of mechanics. Let me see you do your 57 first. From right there, from that little beautiful lie. These I would be expecting to be like within 3 feet pretty much all the time. This is just a straight up generic baseline little medium to low chip shot. Okay, flew that too far relative to how much that rolled. Yeah. Do you want it to roll that much, roll less, fly shorter? What are you going to change?
Roll the same, but
fly shorter?
Fly shorter.
Yeah, because I think the roll's fine here. There's no reason we didn't need less roll.
Just fly shorter.
And what are we going to do to make it fly shorter? You have 3 options. Which one would you like to do? Swing length, speed, or loft? Not loft, I don't want you to do that. So swing length, maybe speed, okay. This should probably fly like right on top of that ridge. That should be better. Okay, very much good again. Okay, now probably from here, if you were a smart man, but you are, you would use an iron and make your life simpler. And this just be rolling this out like a putt, right? Feel it, like think about it in your mind like it's a putt. Feel it like it's a putt. And then hit it like it's a putt. Don't hit it like it's a chip shot, hit it like it's a putt, like you're making a putting stroke. Not like you're chipping it through the rough. Like a putting stroke. Same speed back and through, same length back and through. You're not popping it out of the rough. You're hitting it like a putting stroke. That's better. Now this is something you only use when you play if you're confident with it in practice. You with me? So you have, I would say, go ahead and do another one. I would say your recipe should be get confident with it in practice so you can use it when you play. But if you're not going to put the time into that, then don't pull it out when you play unless you practice it enough. With me? But that's how I want you to hit those bump and run shots. I don't want, everyone hits bump and run shots like a chip with speed like this out of the, I don't want that. I want like a putt, same length back, same length through. If you have a good lie like this, there's no reason to not do it that way. Come down here. Now, we're doing all this like general stuff, general mechanical stuff, assuming that when you practice, you're not doing just this, right? You need to do this, you need to do your block stuff, and then you need to do games with scores. Like right now, we've done enough where like I'd be satisfied with your mechanics. Like, all right, let's get done with this. Let's do up and down. Let's do total stroke. Let's do some of the consequences. You know what I mean? I'm assuming you're doing all that when you're practicing. Every time you chip, you should do some kind of game with a consequence. Whether it's miss start over, or I don't leave until I get 5 up and downs in a row, whatever. Something like that. You with me? Your chipping looks great. This to me is simply a matter of spending the time practicing properly.
Yeah.
Got a babe calling you?
No, it's just like it's
No. It's just practicing the right way and then doing games with consequences with scores. And not just this. You with me?